There are a lot of places, a lot of people, a lot of companies that are going to say to you, if you want to be successful, you got to buy this thing, you got to buy this thing, you got to buy our thing. Today, we're going to talk about something that is completely free, but it doesn't necessarily make it easier for you to be successful in a weird way.
For the last couple weeks, I've been waking up every morning, and part of my morning routine has been listening to a neuroscience TED Talk. And today we're going to talk about what the TED Talk was from this morning.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2269, one of the most important success principles is free. I'm going to let you paint the picture because you came with a story, a compelling example based on your TED Talk this morning, and I want you to say it.
Thank you. So I'm going to link the TED Talk in the show notes. It's called The Science of Sleep. So I'm giving it away right out of the gate here. There's an asset that he pulls up. It's just a simple picture. A good night's sleep leads to a better day's wake, and then a better day's wake leads to a good night's sleep. And he opens with a story that I thought was really compelling. So he says, I want you to imagine you visit 3 colleges, and you're 18, you just graduated high school, you're looking at colleges, and you visit 3 campuses. The first campus, the people are nice, the campus is beautiful, you're like, yeah, I could totally see myself going here, but for some reason, everybody smokes cigarettes. There's cigarettes all over the place, everybody's doing a pack a day, they're high-fiving, how many packs did you smoke? Okay, next campus, same thing but junk food. Everybody's overweight, everybody's eating junk food, there's rappers all over the place, and they're high-fiving, how much junk food can you eat? Third campus, and he says this in the TED Talk, he says those first 2 are very far-fetched. The third one is not at all, because we've all been to a college campus. Kev, have you been to a college campus?
A couple. Visiting.
Speeches?
I've been paid to go to college, which is good because I never went, and then I've partied at a couple. So yeah, I've made guest appearances, I would say.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And he showed a bunch of pictures of people sleeping in chairs. Some of these pictures, definitely I resonate. When I was in college, I would fall asleep in a comfy chair in the common room or something like that. Well, like your laptop, fall asleep doing work. And he said the first 2 seem so far-fetched because smoking cigarettes and eating junk food, everybody knows is bad for you. The third one doesn't seem far-fetched at all. As a matter of fact, that seems like every college campus where people are pulling all-nighters and high-fiving. Guilty as charged. Okay, so I don't know why I keep talking to the camera. I'm going to talk to you, Kev.
Talk to me. I'm right here.
You know it. So back in college, a lot of people were super sleep deprived. Partying, studying, everything in between. And he said, if I could sell a pill that did these 3 things, I would become a billionaire. Number 1, increases muscle growth. Number 2, increases fat metabolism, metabolizing fat. And number 3, increases bone growth. If I could sell a pill and everyone could take a pill that did all 3 of those things, how many people would take that pill? And then he said, all of you have that available to you completely free. I thought that was an awesome frame. Again, the link will be in the show notes. And I was thinking about that today of just how many clients I have tracking DEM score, deep and REM sleep. And a lot of them have Oura Ring and or Whoop and or Fitbit and or Apple Watch. But we get that for free every single day. And he says, why is it that getting sleep deprived is a flex? Why is it that we think being sleep deprived is a good thing? All of a sudden, and this is the last piece, he said this in the TED Talk, there was a meme on Facebook that said something along the lines of no one in their life ever remembered the days when they got a good night rest. And there was apparently like 11,000 likes and shares and all kinds of things. Again, don't quote me on this, but you'll see it if you watch the TED Talk. And it seems to be, and I do think this is changing, but it seems to be, at least when I was younger, being sleep deprived is somehow a flex in the social world.
I think because so many people became successful in spite of not sleeping enough. I'll never forget the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, like where he just said sleep faster. He gets 4 hours of sleep a night. How do you do it? You just sleep faster. It's like, that's terrible advice.
Terrible.
But there was a time where smoking cigarettes was considered cool, long before people knew of the detriments of them. Imagine me, I roll up on my motorcycle, my leather jacket, toking away at a dart.
Ripping darts.
People might be like, holy shit, that kid's cool.
What happens when you grow up is you realize all the stuff that looks cool is actually really detrimental.
Unfortunately, I think that is one of the great saddening parts of evolving. But here's the other thing too. One, and I can imagine this is what I would say, I have more time if I sleep less. How am I not going to be more successful? Well, yeah, no, that's fair. In a short amount of time, sure, but if you do that for long enough, you're obviously affecting a lot of things. That's one thing. Well, everybody else is sleeping. I'm working. I'm getting ahead. So I feel like it logically, if you don't understand the detriments of not getting the right amount of sleep, logically, from a success principle perspective only, it makes sense why people don't sleep enough.
For you, Kev, you talk a lot in the past about when you were younger, you were reckless. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And you were someone who, and I was guilty of this too, I pulled an all-nighter, blah, blah, blah. We both drank alcohol. We've run amok in our day, you and I. Mm-hmm. And now that we're older and more mature and more success-oriented and we're playing the long game, I feel like we would be considered a lot more boring. What's that like for you, vulnerably, honestly, to be so boring now?
Honestly, I think I kind of always have been. So for me, I don't know if it's that much of a difference.
You used to run amok.
Yeah, I used to run amok, but like when I wanted to prioritize myself, I could. It wasn't, I don't know. I don't feel like it's completely opposite of the way I used to live. I think I just used to think if I wanted to get everything done, the first thing that would go off of the list is sleep. I think that's how I used to operate. Yeah. We used to work, so I would work, it depends, but I would work, let's say I worked 3 to 9 on a Friday in New Jersey. So 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. We drive 5 hours to the office, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I would take my pre-workout at the office, and then I'd go to the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I loved it. There was nobody at the gym. I was in really good shape. I could share it on my Snapchat story, and people thought I was insane. I didn't understand the downside of that. So even then, I was boring, just in a different way. But yeah, I would say, if anything, internally, there's just a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of regret of, oh, fuck, I did it again. It's 9:45. I wanted to be in bed by 9:15 sleeping. I just feel like there's a lot more pressure and there's a lot more responsibility because now I do understand the downside. I'm running on a 61 sleep score. One of the reasons when I get into bouts where I struggle to sleep is because I'm thinking about I'm not sleeping, so I'm doing damage. So literally in real time, I can't fall asleep, and I'm saying, well, this is not good. This is quite bad that you can't fall asleep.
Which makes it harder to fall asleep.
And then I told Taryn, I said, well, I'm going to have to get up at 6 because if I sleep in, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep tonight. And it's this perpetual cycle, so I have to bite the bullet at some point. So to answer your question in the shortest possible, for me, internally, it's way more about the pressure that I know I'm supposed to be doing it, that I'm not, as opposed to the ignorance is bliss of the old days where I just didn't know, so I didn't understand.
Why do you think we didn't know? It's not like rocket science, right?
Because so many of the successful people were talking about how they didn't sleep. This is why I'm telling you. That
Arnold Schwarzenegger speech. Sorry to interrupt you. I know that speech.
Yeah.
He says if you sleep 8 hours, just sleep faster.
Yeah, like that's dumb. That's dumb.
It is dumb.
Because the other things that got him success, like taking steroids to be a bodybuilder, also weren't healthy.
Wait, you think he took steroids?
He might have.
Yeah, we're joking. He definitely did.
He probably dabbled.
You and I we've been in the bodybuilding world, so we're certain. Some people actually still are uncertain.
No,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
You see somebody as the best in the world at bodybuilding or physique, they're on steroids.
100%. How
There
many?
you
What
go.
percent of the time you think?
100% of the time.
Yeah, 100% of the time.
Unless it's like a completely natural show, and then like 75% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. I competed with some people that were on the sauce.
You could find a way.
I was not. Never.
You could find a way to borrow
homegrown
somebody else's
organic,
pee.
baby.
But I think one of the reasons so many people are anti-hustle culture is because part of hustle culture was you wake up at 5 a.m. no matter what, you don't sleep, you grind. Well, if everybody else is sleeping 8 hours and you're only sleeping 4 hours, you get 4 more hours in a day. And so I think it was created by people that were really hard workers, but not the most intelligent hard workers.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk for days about the benefits of sleep. I know we got to get out of here in 8 minutes. The thing that I did recently with Emilia that was very powerful, I highly recommend everyone does it, is we went back and we saw a photo of when we first met 6 years ago in October. So yeah, 6 years ago, 6 in a month. And we just started listing out everything we improved since then. It was crazy.
I believe
Everything from exercising daily all the way to the air fryer we got is now bigger so we can cook more food in less time. Everything has improved. Everything in our house, every tool we have, every computer, every device, every the way the house is laid out, everything has improved. And I have so many clients that have something called total productive output. And essentially it shows if you zoom out on their data. So I'm just going to use one client. For some reason, I know exactly when we started coaching. So July 17th of last year, shout out to you, brother. If I unhide the columns in Google Sheets, we do something called peak performance tracking for anyone who's a new listener. And all my clients, team members, we all have this peak performance tracker. It's a dashboard that rolls up your success life. And if you unhide the columns, because usually I hide everything except for the current quarter, the graph shows the data. It's really cool because you basically see from July 17th of last year to now, his new 9% is his old 100%. Meaning, when we first started, we started with maybe 6 or 7 habits, 3 metrics. Now he has a whole dashboard. And what you can see over time, and it's not exact, but you see this sort of staircase going on. Where you're old when you would get 100% days, it's like a little staircase, because the moment that you start getting 100%, we up the ante. And I think that's a good metaphor for next level you, next level YOU. You hit a certain level of productivity, and then you go to the next level, and then you ratchet that in, and then you go to the next level, and then you ratchet that in, and then you go to the next level, and then you ratchet that in. And when you look back to 6 months ago, or 6 years ago, in the case Emilia and I did, all of a sudden you realize you have become, everything's different, almost everything. I did this way back 11 years ago when I first started Alan Lazaros LLC. What you'll never learn in school but desperately need to know. I did something called the 3 columns. First column is all your bad habits. Second column is all your good habits. Third column is all of your replacement habits. And you take one from column 1, get rid of it, and add one from column 2. So for me, I quit drinking and I started lifting weights. Awesome. Dude, if we were to go back and look at what you and I did on a day-to-day basis 10 years ago, right? Think about how many things you used to do that you no longer do. There's a big list. If we wanted to and actually took time to do this, I could probably come up with 100. I could probably come up with 100 things that are different. Or I do differently, right? Because obviously you still sleep. You just sleep better.
Not right now, but normally, yeah. Well, like earplugs, sound machine, fan, mask. That's all new.
Every little 0.1% improvement makes a difference. And I can't even believe that you and I got in such great shape. More you than me, but because I was doing a lot of I had quit drinking, then started lifting, and I still drank. I drank at weddings and stuff like that, but very rarely. Back in high school, can you imagine if you were dialed in?
I watched a little bit of a YouTube series that follows around NFL players on a day-to-day basis. Dude, my goodness. Wake up, go to the stadium, hot tub, cold plunge, go work out, hot tub, cold plunge, stretch, go home, get a massage. It's like they are just making sure they get enough sleep. They are taking care of the asset.
It's awesome. Of course they are.
It's wild to think of.
Because every single week they're getting trucked.
Yeah. All right, cool. Sleep. That's the name of the game. Sleep. Go to bed a half hour earlier, sleep in a half hour more if you can, but make sure the quality of your sleep. So I'm doing this too. My scores have been garbage lately, but REM and deep and REM is the DEM score.
Yes. Okay. So all you do is add up the amount of minutes that you got for deep sleep and REM sleep, and then you divide it by 60. That's your score. I got a 3.6.
I haven't done mine yet, but it's not good. It's not good.
Also, Next Level Hope Foundation.
Yes.
So what day is it?
The 20th? It's December 20th. Saturday, December 20th.
Saturday, December 20th, we're renting the entire YMCA gym, and it's going to be children of single parents. We're going to play sports. We're going to do arts and crafts. We're going to have pizza. We're going to have a blast. Please, please, please contribute. We don't care if it's $5 or $500. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much in advance. The link will be in the show notes.
And if you are looking to be a part of a community that's trying to dial in habits every day, obviously you're already listening, but we have the Next Level Fitness accountability group. We reach out to us. We don't put the link out because it gets weird and somehow bots get it. So we want to make sure that it's a safe space where we can all stay accountable to our fitness goals. And part of our fitness goals is sleep. So we'll reach out to us and we'll give you a link. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.